Hello. To quote the famous Mr. Fred Rogers, "Hello, neighbor." I'm Jan Burrows with the Elbert County Public Library in Elberton, Georgia, and we are celebrating Mr. Fred Rogers and his philosophy of being kind and being a good neighbor by celebrating Be My Neighbor Day. And in the lead up to Be My Neighbor Day, we are reading a selection of Daniel Tiger stories. The one we're going to read right now, or here in just a little bit, is called Daniel Meets the New Neighbors. It's adapted by Becky Friedman, based on the screenplay Won't You Be My Neighbor, written by Jill Corza Turner and Becky Friedman. It says poses and layouts are by Jason Fruchter. And I suppose by poses and layouts, they're talking about the illustrations. It's published by Simon Spotlight, which is an imprint of Simon Schuster Children's Publishing Division, and it was published in 2018. All of this information can be found on the title verso and the title page. See? This is good information to have. Hope you enjoy the story, and it has some tips at the end, and I hope you'll tune in again for some more as we read more Daniel Tiger stories. See you in a little bit. Hey guys, it's Miss Jan from the Elbert County Library. What do you think of my new tiger ears? Aren't they cool? And you know what? If you come by the library and are a preschooler or under the age of probably kindergarten and younger, we've got a set of these ears for you for as long as the supplies last, because we're getting ready to celebrate Be My Neighbor Day with Daniel Tiger and GPB. Be My Neighbor Day is a celebration of Mr. Rogers and how he wanted to be a good neighbor to everybody. And we're going to be celebrating that. There's a special program going to be on GPB on Saturday, February the 20th, and we're hoping you'll watch. It's kind of an interactive program. But in the lead up to that, we're going to be reading Daniel Tiger stories. We've got a bunch of them. Oh my goodness. We've got tons of Daniel Tiger stories to read. And we're going to be giving you little hints as to how you can be a good neighbor. Because everybody wants to be a good neighbor, don't we? I know I like to have good neighbors, and I want to be a good neighbor. So we figured we would lead off this story time, or this session of stories, with Daniel Meets the New Neighbors. Ooh, look, there's Daniel meeting his new neighbors. And it also says, with tips for being a good neighbor inside. That's pretty cool. All righty. Daniel Meets the New Neighbors. It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood of Make-Believe when Daniel noticed something different. It was a truck. See the picture? Look at the truck. It was a big truck with big boxes inside. Why is that truck there? Daniel asked Dad Tiger. That's a moving truck, said Dad Tiger. New neighbors must be moving into the house next door. New neighbors, said Daniel. Oh, I wonder if there'll be a new friend for me. Mary's watching as they unload the truck. What's inside all those boxes? Daniel asked. Well, you have to pack up all your clothes and toys and furniture when you move, Mom Tiger explained. Ooh, I wonder what it would be like to move to a different house, Daniel said. Daniel imagined that he was moving. He imagined moving to a farm. He even imagined what it would be like to move to the moon. How cool! Have you ever thought about that? Well, just then, Daniel noticed one of the boxes was shaking. Look, someone's carrying that box, said Daniel. Who is it? Daniel couldn't see who it was carrying the box. All he could see were two little feet. See the little feet right there? Come on, Daniel, said Mom Tiger. Let's go over and meet the new neighbors. Okay, said Daniel. Maybe I'll meet a new friend. Daniel rang the doorbell. Ding dong. Hello, said Mom Tiger when the door opened. We're your neighbors, the Tiger family. Welcome to the neighborhood. Well, thank you, said the neighbor. I'm Dr. Platypus, but you can call me Dr. Plat. Daniel introduced himself. I'm Daniel, and this is my sister Margaret. I've never met a platypus before. Have you ever met a platypus? I've never met a platypus. It would be an exciting thing. You haven't, said Dr. Platt. That's very exciting then, isn't it? Please come inside. Daniel, Mom Tiger, and Margaret followed her inside the house. Look, there they all go, inside the house. Look, they brought some flowers for the new neighbors. Isn't that cool? That's one of the hints that they give you at the end of the book. If you have new neighbors, pick up some flowers that you pick. Welcome them to the neighborhood. Well, the platypus house looked different from Daniel's house. There was no furniture. Wonder why? I bet they just haven't moved it in yet. There was just boxes everywhere. As Daniel looked around, he heard a rustle from the nearby box. Could that be a new friend for him? Daniel looked around the room until, peekaboo, said a little boy. And then another little boy appeared. Peekaboo, said the second little boy. Daniel couldn't believe his eyes. They looked exactly the same. Meet Teddy and Leo. They're twins, said Dr. Platt. That means that they are two kids from the same family who were born on the same day. Margaret toddled over to Teddy and Leo. They started to play. Margaret has two new friends, but what about me? Said Daniel. Then Daniel heard a giggle. Is there someone else here? He wondered. Daniel looked around until he found another platypus. But this time it was a girl. I'm Jody, she said shyly before quickly running out of the room. Maybe Jody will be my friend, Daniel thought. Look, see, there's Jody, and there's Daniel, and there's Margaret, and there's Ted and Leo, the twins. Daniel and Jody went to her room. This is my room, said Jody, but there are so many boxes. I can help you unpack, said Daniel, and Jody smiled. Okay. Daniel helped Jody unpack her toys and stuffed animals. This is Benji, the hedgehog. See Benji the hedgehog right there? He likes to sing. Me, 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 sang Daniel. Jody and Daniel put her special pillow called Cozy Cozy on her bed. I've never seen a cozy cozy before, said Daniel, but it is comfy. I bet it is. Dr. Platt brought in two cribs. Why do you have cribs in your room? Asked Daniel. Oh, because Teddy and Leo sleep in here too, explained Jody. That sounds like fun, said Daniel. When Daniel and Jody were done unpacking, they decided to draw some pictures together. I always carry crayons, said Jody. Daniel was learning a lot about Jody today. That's right. She has a pillow called Cozy Cozy. She has a stuffed platypus named Benji, and she always carries crayons. She's always prepared, isn't she? Well, the doorbell rang. It was Mr. McFeely. Now, you know who Mr. McFeely is? He's the postman, isn't he? Speedy delivery for our new neighbors, he said, handing Dr. Platt an envelope. Everyone is invited to a welcome party at the Enchanted Garden today. Daniel was very excited. Oh, do you hear that, Jody? You're going to love the Enchanted Garden. See? There's Mr. McFeely with his invitation to the enchanted garden. And here are Jody and Daniel. Wait, said Jody. I can't go. She looked very upset. Oh no. What's wrong, Jody? Asked Daniel. We can't go to the party because I can't find my special book, said Jody. Mama reads it to me every night. I can't go to bed without it. And if I can't find it, then I don't want to go to the party. Daniel was worried. He didn't want Jody to be upset. I'll help you find your book, Daniel offered. And Daniel helped Jody look. Look, they're looking here on the cabinet, and they're looking in what appears to be a box, and they looked for her book everywhere. They still couldn't find it. Oh no! Maybe we should look outside, suggested Daniel. Jody agreed. So Daniel and Jody and Dr. Platt all went outside to look for Jody's special book. Look, they're all looking for it. Oh goodness. Daniel looked Daniel looked around until he noticed a book peeking out from under a bush. It was a Tiggy the Adventure Tiger book. Oh, is this your book, Jody? He asked. Oh, yes, Jody said happily. Oh, thank you, Daniel Tiger. You're welcome, said Daniel. I love Tiggy the Adventure Tiger, too. Oh, I'm so glad to have a neighbor like you, said Daniel. And I'm so glad to have a friend like you, said Jody. Let's go to the party, said Daniel. Look there. There's his Tiggy the Adventure Tiger book, or Jody's. There she is holding it. Well, when Jody and her family got to the party, the whole neighborhood was there. Welcome to the neighborhood, they said. Thank you, said Jody. Daniel smiled. I think you're going to like it here. And Jody and her family had the best time getting to know their new neighbors and friends. Look at all the neighbors and friends. Oh my goodness. There's the owl. Oh, who else? There's the king and the princess and the queen. Oh my goodness. All the neighbors. I don't know all the people who live in the neighborhood, but I need to get to know them. We have a new neighbor in the neighborhood, and her name is Jody. I think she's going to like it here, don't you? I like that you're my neighbor, too. Ugga mugga. Then it says here, do you want to learn more about being a good neighbor? Read on for some helpful advice from Daniel Tiger and his friends. You can welcome a new neighbor into your neighborhood in your own special way. Everyone in the neighborhood of Make-Believe was so excited when the platypus family arrived. Each neighbor wanted to welcome the new family with their own special way. Daniel and his family wanted to give sunflowers to the platypus family. Baker Acker wanted to give a banana bread. King Friday and Queen Sarah wanted to say a royal hello. Mr. McFeely wanted to deliver the platypus family's very first letter. The owl wanted to read to the platypus family. Miss Elena wanted to play ball with him. Katerina wanted to dance with them. Prince Wednesday wanted to show them his rock collection. If a new neighbor moved into your neighborhood, how would you want to welcome them? What do you think? Maybe draw them a picture of the neighborhood? Maybe tell them some places that you like to go, some things that you like to do in the neighborhood? Maybe tell them where the grocery store is and where the post office is, and introduce them around to their other neighbors. Those would all be good things to do with a new family, wouldn't they? Well, I tell you what, here's the tips for welcoming a new family. Visit your new neighbor with a trusted adult, like a parent or caregiver. Yeah, don't go alone. Make sure you have somebody with you, an adult with you, and introduce yourself. You can offer to help carry or unpack the moving boxes. You can give a small housewarming gift. Draw a picture, pick some flowers, bake a cake with your caregiver. Tell your new neighbor about your favorite places in the neighborhood, like the library or the park. Be sure to tell them where the library is. And don't visit your new neighbors for too long. They're very busy in their first few days setting up their new home. You can always visit again at another time. And here they ask the question, where would you like to move? Have you ever thought about moving to a new location? Where would you like to go? Would you like to move to the mountains? To the ocean? Would you like a big 2-story house where you have to go upstairs and downstairs? Or would you prefer to live all on one level? You like a cozy house or a big house? Do you want to have pets? Do you want to have inside pets, outside pets? What do you think? Anyway, we can all be good neighbors. And that's what we're going to be celebrating on the 20th of February, along with Daniel Tiger and the folks at GPB. That's Channel 8 for most of us. But I just wanted to read this to you, and we're going to be reading some more Daniel's Tiger stories as we go. And I look forward to seeing you later. Also, don't forget, come by the library and pick up your tiger ears. They're very fetching. We have the orange tiger ears, and we also have the white tiger ears. So you can look like a Siberian white tiger. Ooh. Okay. Listen, I look forward to talking to you later. Bye, everybody.